Hello, hello, my friends out there on the interwebs. Candace-Marie Mitcham here with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Silverhawk Realty East Idaho, located here in Idaho Falls down at our beautiful Snake River Landing. And I am here with our new series, The Lending Lounge. And joining me today is one of my faves, Mike Morrison with Movement Mortgage. And we are going to give you some updates on what's going on with the market today and an idea of whether you're on the fence. Do I buy? Do I not buy? What am I going to do? So Mike's going to chime in here and he's going to let us know his expert thoughts. Mike, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
So if folks want to be able to reach you after they watch our broadcast today, what's the best way for them to reach you?
Best way is just by phone. You can text or call. My direct office line is 208-955-1262.
Awesome. And I know your team is great. I work with them a lot, so always super friendly and ready to help when you might be busy with another client. So with that said, why don't you let us know what's going on with rates and all the good stuff everybody always wants to know?
Yeah, so rates, that's been the topic of the day, right? Really the topic of the last year plus, right? And we all know, I think at this point, that rates are not where we would like them to be, right? They're quite a bit higher than we got used to there for a few lucky years. You know, at this point, as of today, as of this afternoon, rates, the average rate across the country is really trending in the 7.5% to 8% range. So it's up there a little bit, right? There's no doubt about that. What I wanted to talk about today was just should I buy, right? If I'm a buyer, do I buy with the high rates? Do I not buy? You know, what's the best move for me? And I just wanted to kind of break it down into what are kind of the options for you.
I love that.
So there's really two different scenarios, right? They either buy now or they don't buy now. So let's start with buying now. If somebody chooses to buy now, right, and they get, let's just say the rate is 7.5, maybe it's lower, maybe it's higher. But if they buy now and rates go up, they're actually going to be really happy that they bought now, right?
This is true.
And
yeah.
I've experienced this myself. I had a number of clients that I helped last summer. At that time, they were getting 5.5, 5.75. And at the time, we all were not happy about that. Right? We didn't think it was great. We weren't excited about it. And now those same clients that I talked to a year later are so thrilled that they bought, right? So that's scenario number one. You can buy now, rates go up, and you're going to be really happy you pulled the trigger. Scenario number two, you buy now and rates go down, right? Well, that's not too bad either because you can refinance, right? You are not stuck with your loan. Yes, it's probably a 30-year fix, but that doesn't mean you have to keep it for 30 years.
Yeah.
You can refinance, take advantage of lower rates, get a lower payment. I know my company and a few others out there are offering reduced cost, low cost refinances for the foreseeable future. And that just gives people an incentive to buy now and know that they can take advantage of the lower rates later on. So really, if you buy now, there's really not a downside, right? If rates go up or down. So
and that's really what I've told some clients. I said, look, marry your house and date your rate.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
And talk to your lender, your chosen lender, about what can they do if things change and you need to readdress your interest rate.
Yeah, exactly. So the other scenario is you don't buy right now, right? You're going to wait for rates to to change. And well, let's say you don't buy and rates go up. Well, now you haven't improved your situation at all. In fact, you're probably worse off, right? You're a little farther behind. You qualify for less because of the higher rates, right? Nothing has improved. Nothing has changed. Nothing has gotten better for you. So that's not good.
Right.
If you don't buy now and rates go down, there is certainly something that's attractive about that, right? There's no doubt, right? You're going to get a lower payment. You're going to have more affordability. You're going to qualify for more. So there are certainly some positives about it. I love telling people a lower rate much more than I love telling people a higher rate. It makes my life easier. But here's the downside is there are a lot of people waiting on the sidelines right now. And so if you don't buy, and you come back into the market when the rates say they hit 6%, well, there's going to be 10 or 20 other people in your same neighborhood that are doing the same thing.
Exactly.
Now what happens, we have a market that looks a lot more similar to 2020 and 2021. I know you remember that market well. It was not enjoyable for buyers even getting 2% and 3% rates because it was so competitive. You had to bid over the asking price on a home. You lost all your negotiating power. You didn't get seller concessions. You generally had to decide if you were buying a house very quickly, like within hours or days, no choice, no time to think about it. So there are some downsides to the rates going down because a lot of people are thinking just like some others, and they might all come back at the same time. So that competition does create some bad things for buyers in the market. So that's kind of how I wanted to break it down for all of our viewers out there. Hopefully that makes sense and helps them decide what is the right move for them, because the right answer is a personal decision, and it's not the same for everybody.
Exactly. And, and that's what I'm telling my clients too, is obviously I firmly believe in this is, right now you do have time and you can make decisions because, last summer, the summer before, you had to decide really on the fly.
Yeah.
You didn't have any time to wait. You couldn't really decide if, you had everything that you wanted. And some people are looking back a year later going, oh, shoot, I didn't realize I needed this feature in this home because I had to make a decision so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And again, I never want a client to get in a situation where they are stressed financially in what they're purchasing. Absolutely not. That's not what I'm advocating. But if you can handle the payment at the higher rate that it is right now, go ahead and get in that home that's going to fit your needs. Go ahead and budget appropriately for that, right? It may mean that you miss a couple extra dinners out that month or something like that. But as long as it's workable, get in that property. And then when the rates get a little bit more palatable for you, go and visit with your favorite lender and have them readdress that rate for you. And at least you're in the home that you want to be in.
Yes.
And you're not battling with 3, 4, 5 people for that same house.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. That's a tremendous way to look at it. And think about this too. If you do buy now and the rates go down, not only are you going to refinance, but that excitement in the market and that frenzy will increase the value of the home that you bought a year or 2 or 3 ago. And you're gonna have equity in a pretty short period of time.
Yeah. And I always say, pay your own mortgage, not somebody else's, right? Build that equity for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you for joining me today. And hopefully we will see you again next week. Always excited to chat with you. I'll make sure that we put all of your contact information for you and for your team in the video below so everybody knows how to reach you. All right. Thanks everybody for joining us.
Bye-bye.